Hello, welcome back. Reggae time, UHQR time. Bob Marley Rastaman Vibration. Yeah, second UHQR in a very short period of time. So Chet Kasem keep up to his word, and he told us they will be coming now. Cool. As a huge fan of this series, I'm quite happy. Of course, it stresses out our budget, but yeah, it is as it is. Every positive has a negative in a way. And in this video, I will go deeply into the sound quality. I will compare it against an original and the recently, I think 2021-20 remaster reissue from Abbey Road Half Speed Master, and talk about those. But before we do, as it is now a good tradition, we go into the packaging. Of course, we have our deluxe outer box set when it comes to an UHQR. Here is the back side of it. It has the number 0006. So this is technically the 6th installment of this series. Next to the box set comes the technical specification manual. Here they're explaining the high technical specifications of doing those records with the flat profile, the clarity vinyl, and stuff like that. Then we get our advertisement. Yeah, I can't do without them, but come on, wait a second. What, is there something new? No, not yet, no. And then, of course, the 33 1/3 record in an unbelievable, beautiful jacket. So this is the first star of the release in a way. It's the jacket. As this is of course a video, I have to explain a bit. Here you have, it almost feels like hemp. It comes also with my original, but not in that quality. This really is amazing. Here, this is an embossed printing. Here again, not on the picture of Bob Marley, it's not. And this jacket is a beauty. Let's hope it will work. Now that you can here, you can see it. We did it. So this is the spine. This is an amazing piece of craftsmanship. It comes in a gatefold jacket. Here we have the back side. This is a beauty. I'm totally stunned by this jacket. I didn't expect it to be that amazing. And yeah, a 33 1/3. And of course, we have to talk about 3,500 copies only. This has to do with the amounts of records you would have pressed pre-COVID, because to my understanding, the whole deal is a pre-COVID deal. And of course, I'm sure, and we all know, Chet Kasem probably fought hard to get more editions pressed, but he can't always succeed. So we have to deal with 3,500 copies. They didn't sell out within an hour as I would have expected, due to the fact that the market has calmed down. It's now at this, how can I put it? Yeah, it has calmed down for several reasons. Of course, some of them are political, inflation and the high prices and stuff like that. But still, to my knowledge, they are under 200 copies now. I don't know if that's 100% for sure, but very low stock. And this makes it the fastest selling out copy of an record in the UHQR series. Also, there is no talk about a 45 RPM. There is no talk about an SACD. So, as it looks like right now, that's it. Which, of course, for the fans of the series, makes it a very, very special item. And if you see what happened to the very first Jimi Hendrix, the mono and the stereo of Axis, and the Jethro Tull Aqualung, yeah, it would be an interesting release in the upcoming years, in my opinion. That being said, the UHQR series really, or the structure of this UHQR series with this super clarity vinyl comes into play when we do the comparison. And as I said, I compared it against the Rastaman Vibration Abbey Road half-speed master with the beautiful diploma and the 33 and the third version, and against a copy, and I have here the American first pressing of this album with the black label. And now let's compare those, or this label, to the UHQR label. See, here we have, wait, is it correct? No, this way. You see Turf Gong. Turf Gong is the label of the first Jamaican pressing, to my knowledge, which has, or it's rumored, I couldn't verify it, but it seems to have a little longer intro on the third song, the Johnny Was song, and is extremely hard to get, at least here in Europe or in Germany. So I decided to go for the American pressing, because those first pressings, may it be the British, the American, the German, or whatever first pressing from 1976, the year that album came out, are all done by Sterling / Lee Halko. Lee Halko, an amazing master engineer. For example, he was responsible for the mastering of this unbelievable, beautiful copy of Harvest, Neil Young. And so, to what I have heard, correct me if I'm wrong, write those, if you're under a different opinion, write that in the comments down below, that it doesn't matter that much in this case. Of course, I'm still on the hunt for a decent Jamaican copy, just for the interest. How does it sound? I've heard some people say, no, it's not that cool, but I will make sure for myself, and yeah, why not a Jamaican first pressing? So, that being said, I first listened again to the half-speed master. Then I've listened to the original to compare those two. Then I have listened to the UHQR, back to the original, compared those, had my result, and then I went forth and back, like always, due to, when it comes to some significant points on that recording, or at least where I think those are very interesting to compare. Let's start in this case with a half-speed master. This Rastaman Vibration from Abbey Road is for sure among their better releases. It's a very decent sounding album. For my for my taste, too heavy on the bass, very heavy on the bass. Yet again, and they do that quite often, and maybe this is also due to the process, this half-speed mastering process, a bit muddy and weak on the mid-range. High end is okay, although, and this was surprising to me, because this should be one of the strong points, at least they pointed out as the strong ones. I have a lot of sibilants here on the Rastaman Vibration, way more than on the other two releases. So then I put on the original. Yeah, and again, it opened up, it was fresher, more prominent, more detailed, more punch and more in the room. Bob Marley was more in the room, and this was an easy comparison. The American first pressing, in my opinion, sounds way better, and then I put on the UHQR, and it was extremely interesting. I think next to the jacket, the vinyl is the star here. This clarity, extremely silent, beautiful pressing. Ryan K. Smith did an amazing job in keeping the Rastaman Vibrations in a way. He did it amazingly. He keep up the strong, heavy bass. He kept the overall reggae easiness flair in a gorgeous way. But he added something that I try to explain as an audiophile touch. Most prominent on the voice of Bob Marley and the choir. They came through so realistic, beautiful and strong. Yet they have to not fight in a lack of for a better word right now, against this heavy bass. But it works out in this release so fine, so musically, that it isn't gorgeous listening. And yet again, to my surprise, it's like same with Steely Dan. He kept this freshness. Ryan K. Smith manages to keep this fresh, new, punchy touch of it. He opens up a bit, and you know, due to this ultra silent vinyl, you even get more subtle details if you listen very carefully, very concentrated. This is an amazing effect. The difference between the original and the UHQR is not as big as with the Steely Dan. Maybe the reason for that is this is a 33 1/3, the Steely Dan is a 45 RPM, maybe that's the reason. But it's still there, and it is still, when you consider the original, is an amazing sounding album. It's still a surprise, and again, interesting and beautiful to see that if you go the whole 9 yards, if you have the experience, if you have such an incredible, talented master engineer like Kevin, like Ryan K. Smith, it is possible. It is possible to add something more to beat out in a way the original. But you really have to stretch yourself, and that's what they did. Again, they stretched themselves. Of course, those releases have a serious price. But if you're in for the best possible version, yet again, this is the way to go. Of course, I have to point out, I haven't heard the Jamaican first pressing. Maybe I will, if that changes something. Of course, I will share that experience. But for now, for the records I have here, the UHQR is the way to go, or go also for an original, do a comparison by yourself. I mean, this is, I can guarantee you, doing that is an amazing experience. It's really fun, it is incredible, interesting, and of course, the UHQR is a remaster. It's an amazing remaster, but it has not the icon status, the artifact status of an original. So when it comes to cases like this, you have this amazing remaster, you have an amazing original, and the original is not that far out. I think you can get a good copy for around, depends where you live, depends which pressing you get, 40 to 70 bucks. This is the way I decide for me to go. Have the original, but only if it makes sense. Nowadays, I would not buy the half-speed master. But again, if you just want to have the music, if you just want to listen to the music, this is of course an alternative if you want it on vinyl. But for collectors, or for a collector like me, for me, this is now the way to go. Amazing reissues, amazing remaster when they are out there, and the original for sure. Okay, I hope I covered everything. Usually I forget stuff. I forgot something, and I want to mention that because I also forgot it on the Steely Dan. What analog production does now, and it goes for the stand-up, it goes for the Steely Dan and for the Bob Marley, they separate now the vinyl from the jacket. They put it in this plastic sleeves, and this is the way it is in the box together and separated from the jacket. Way better than doing it differently. It saves so much trouble and seam splits. This is the way of sending vinyl through the world. That being said, thank you for your time, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.